The next subtopic we'll be looking at is the British occupation of Nigeria. How did British, come across Nigeria and colonized Nigeria? Nigeria was one of the West African countries colonized by the Britain. The others were Sierra Leone, Gambia, and Ghana. Britain first came in contact with Nigeria in the 16th century, but Britain became annexed with Nigeria with Lagos in 1861, and Lagos became a colony of Britain in 1886, and then Nigeria was divided into both the Crown Colony and the Protectorate later on, and the Protectorate was divided into the Northern Protectorate and the Southern Protectorate. The Southern Protectorate was divided into the Western Protectorate and the Eastern Protectorate, and that was how the British began colonization in Nigeria, territories by territories, one by one, and before you know, the whole of Nigeria was colonized. The next thing we'll be looking at is the type of British territories that were in Nigeria, the type of British territories in Nigeria. The first territory the British had in Nigeria is what we call the Crown Colony system. The Crown Colony system. The Crown Colony was the term used by the British to refer to their overseas dependent territories in order to emphasize the control of the monarch, the control that the monarch or the crown had over the administration. So it was called the Crown Colony by the British officials to refer to their overseas dependent territories in order to emphasize the control of the monarch that the monarch had over the territories, that the monarch had over the administration. Let's look at some of the features of the Crown Colony system. A Crown Colony was a territory acquired by the British through settlement, conquest, or purchase. So they acquired these territories through settlement, conquest, or they bought the territories. The British used direct rule in their Crown Colony. So it was the British were directly involved in ruling the Crown Colony. So direct rule was used in the Crown Colonies. The Crown Colonies had political institutions such as legislative councils and executive councils. The Crown Colonies had legislative councils and they also had executive councils in place. The Crown Colony also had a governor to rule the people. So the Crown Colony system was headed by a governor. The Crown Colony system, this administrative practice, the Crown Colony system, it was practiced in places like Nigeria and Ghana. And some examples of Crown Colonies are the Calabar Crown Colony and the Lagos Crown Colony.